Hello again, boys and girls. This is a little video explaining or going through our PowerPoint for today. So today we are looking at a story to do with our topic, which is Chinese New Year, and I'll have the story up in your assignments. But this video is just explaining why it is we're looking at this story today. And we're looking at this story because we're going to do a very short piece of writing about that story. Writing a what's called blurb. So a blurb is the text on the back cover of a book. It is a summary of that story. It aims to get the reader interested in buying or reading a book. So it's the little bit of writing that's on the back of a book that when you pick up the book, it makes you want to read it. It sells that book to you and gives it a very, just punching my camera here, gives you a very short overview or a very short look at that story. Ooh, what's going on here? There we go. So, what makes a good blurb? Well, they are short in length, so usually only 2 or 3 sentences, not long at all. They use what's called attention grabbing words and phrases. So they use words in the words that are used in a blurb are there to grab your attention. So wow words or wee short sentences or interesting words with lots of exclamation marks and question marks, asking the reader a question or shouting at the reader, basically making you pick up that book. So those are the 3 things that make a good blurb. So here I have put together some different examples of blurbs. So I'm just going to quickly click on the book and read out the blurb for you. So this should work. Yeah. So this is for the book Vikings in Trouble. Sigurd, the Viking, is back and causing chaos wherever he goes. Even his wife, Mrs. Tibblethwaite, can't keep him out of trouble. But then, how would you react if you were a 10th century Viking stuck in the 21st century? So, we have a question mark, we have attention grabbing language like, watch my finger, causing chaos. We have a very short summary, so we know the main character and about his wife and that he's stuck in the 21st century. So those are our main parts of the story. So within a couple of sentences we've summed up that whole story. Okay, we'll just go one after the other. The next one, called Double Act, by one of the best writers for children. If you ever get the chance, make sure you read a Jacqueline Wilson book. She's wrote some absolutely fantastic books out there. So Ruby and Gernot are 10-year-old twins, identical. They do everything together, especially since their mother died 3 years earlier. But can being a double act work forever when so much around them is changing? So what do we see here? Well, we have the main characters again. We have a wee short sentence here, identical. One wee idea to grab the reader's attention. We have a little bit about their mother and their backstory. We're asking the reader a question, but can being a double act work forever? And then we're leaving the reader with these 3 wee dots that are called ellipses. And these 3 wee dots are what you use if you want to leave it on a cliffhanger. If you don't finish the sentence and you want the reader to read on. So we're starting to see the same sort of things here. A slightly longer one here for, we should all recognise this book by, again, we had Jacqueline Wilson, who was fantastic, and we have another fantastic writer here, author, called Roald Dahl, who wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and lots of others. Charlie Bucket loves chocolate, and Mr. Willy Wonka, the most wondrous inventor in the world, is opening the gates of his amazing chocolate factory to 5 lucky children. It's the prize of a lifetime. Gobstoppers, Wriggle Sweets, and a river of melted chocolate delight await. Charlie needs just one golden ticket and all these treats could be his. So again, we have the characters. We have the phrase wondrous inventor, amazing chocolate. It's the prize of a lifetime with our exclamation mark. Again, trying to grab the reader's attention. Artemis Fowl, and if I'm not mistaken, which I'm definitely not because I was looking at it today, on Disney Plus, if anyone's got it, there's actually the movie Artemis Fowl's on that to watch if you're interested. It's a fantastic movie. There's a new master criminal on the scene, 12-year-old Artemis Fowl. Kidnapping a fairy starts out easy for Artemis, but he soon discovers he's taken captive Captain Holly Short. She's part of an armed and extremely dangerous LE Precon unit. Artemis should be able to handle things as long as they play by the rules. So this one here is slightly different. We've not used as many attention grabbing words, but what we've used are special words from the story. So we're talking about kidnapping, we're talking about being a criminal, we're talking about the character's name being a captain, the name of the unit here as well. So we're using special words from the novel to make you want to read it. The Hedgehog by another great author, Dick King-Smith. The Hedgehog family of number 5A are a very happy bunch, but they dream of reaching the park. Unfortunately, a very busy road lies between them and their goal, and no one has found a way to cross it safely. No one, that is, until the determined young Max decides even to solve the problem once and for all. So this time, we've got our last sentence here, which is saying he's going to solve the problem once and for all. It doesn't tell you how he's going to solve the problem. It makes you wonder how he's going to solve the problem, and the only way to find the answer is to read the book, making you, again, read the book. Is that the last one? Nope. The Fried Piper of Hamstring. A brain-tickling, brilliant, serious story. Do we think it's serious? I think not. Hamstring Town is a fun-free zone. There are no sweets, no treats, and fried food is banned until the Fried Piper comes along. So again, this one went for some silly language and some funny pieces of information to make you want to read our story. Now, is that going to work? No, it is not. So I'm going to quickly move down to our task today. So today you're going to write a blurb for the book you are looking at. So the book is called Dragon in the City, and as I said, it's about Chinese New Year, and I'll put up the PowerPoint with the story on it, and I'll also put up a video of someone reading out that story from YouTube if you're maybe struggling to read the words of the story. So we're going to write our own wee blurb about it. How are we going to be successful? Well, one, we're going to use attention grabbing words. So the likes of your short words like wow, or suddenly, or marvellous, or amazing. And that ties in slightly, well, it ties in a lot, to our next success criteria is using adjectives. So remembering, we've looked at adjectives before, lots of describing words. And lastly, number 3, you're going to write a short summary of the book. Now, when I say short, and hope the slide moves on, nothing happens. When I say short, I mean only a couple of sentences. So I've said here, we've talked about that bit, you can only use 2 sentences for primary 2s and 3 sentences for primary 3s. I don't mind if you want to maybe use one more. So primary 2s you could use up to 3, and primary 3s you could use up to 4 if you want another wee sentence, but not much longer than that. It's got to be a small piece of writing. This isn't about writing a full page. It's only a couple of sentences, and by the end of it, I should want to read the book for myself again. So I'll leave it there. Small task today. If you get this finished, I've left some wee talking cards that are just a few questions from the story if you want to have a wee go at them as well. Or if you're really struggling with the writing today, I don't mind you just having a wee look at the talking cards. But at the very least, I want you to have had a read through the story and watch this video as well. So, good luck Primary 2-3, and I can't wait to see the work that you submit. Goodbye.